More Secret Defender shards are coming for free, Valley Club. What do you need to do to get them? We also have the Black Cat event coming this week. It looks like it just got a lot easier, and we got more clarifications on the events coming up this week. And if you're ready for that and all of the mailbag questions, and you know what to do, Valley Club, find that like button. And let's go smash it. And boom, right into the description of this Black Cat event where it says on the website, rank rewards with a minimum score of 400,000, but the preview for the event went in game yesterday, and it says reach 100,000 points to reach these event rank rewards. Well, just got notice that what is in game is correct, and there should be a blog post out very soon, if it's not out by now, confirming this. So yes, the Black Cat event just got a lot easier, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're very close to towing the line and if you're gonna get some of these rank rewards, or if not, well, 100,000 points instead of the 400,000, and that makes this event a lot more accessible. So I'm glad they made that change. We also have some other events going on right now. We saw the preview for the New York 1947 event. In the blog post, it said use the new warriors, and it does say that in game in Cosmic Crucible to score. This is an alliance-wide event. Well, if we look at the scoring method here, it does say win. So this event did look like it got a little bit harder, but hopefully all of your alliance mates are not just going in with their new warriors first sacrifice team. Hopefully they're actually winning their Cosmic Crucible battles. So hopefully this is kind of a wash and won't make too much of a difference, because there are some pretty good character shards for this. But let's get to the data mines and talk about how you can get these free Secret Defender shards. We got some data mines, and this is about next one's month-long milestone event and how you could get some free shards for these Secret Defenders. And of course, these data mines come from Latana, and it talks about these different events going on next week, what you can expect, these tarot card events, Scroll of Vishanti. The important thing is we scroll all the way down close to the end here. Doctor Strange has finished assembling all the Secret Defenders, but more heroes will be needed to face the growing threats to the multiverse, acquire the Scroll of Vishanti, assist the Sorcerer Supreme in his divination spells to track down the new members of the new warriors in this month-long event. So not sure if it's going to be new warriors, but from what it describes about these rewards, hit various secret sorcery milestones through the event, earn Secret Defender orbs. It does say Secret Defenders, not new Avengers. To power up Doctor Strange, allies reach the end for the one-of-a-kind Mystic Arts player profile frame. So it looks like with this Sylvie, they're doing some different things. At the end of the Sylvie milestones, you get a new costume. It looks like for the next month's milestone, you're going to get a new portrait frame. And at least according to this portion of the data mines, it looks like they're going to be Secret Defender orbs. It does mention a new warriors up here in the beginning of the event, but I think it is going to be Secret Defenders in these orbs. So that'll be great. Miss Marvel, Hard Light, the Ghost Rider. Those are awesome characters, and we also getting the Spectrum added there as well. Of course, with the Black Cat, they wouldn't be in that. And Doctor Strange, I'm hoping that character is not in the orbs because it's an older character, but we will see. That is what the data mines have right now. Of course, all these data mines are subject to change. But now it is time to get you your questions from the mailbag. And first question this week is a follow-up to a question from last week. Thanks for answering my rant about the Photon event. I'm not a new player, running almost 1,500 login days, over 26 million TCP, and unlocking Big Boy Apocalypse soon. I do agree that something must have happened, since I feel that I could have accumulated enough points to unlock Photon, even with a full Blaze teams at 4 to 6 rotations per day. We'll not just have to get to wait to get the missing HRs from somewhere eventually. And yeah, so this was about the Photon Blitz event, where if you did about 4 to 5 rotations, that they should have got the unlock. If you're doing 6 or more rotations, you should have got in most of the milestones, if not all the milestones. And I did think that was a great event for players that wanted to grind. If you didn't want to grind, it looks like you needed less Blitz rotations. I'm not sure what went on here, but by my calculations, it should have been a very friendly event. So good luck in unlocking Photon. Hopefully they make those character shards a little more accessible. And at least according to the data mines, you could be getting more Photon shards next month in the milestone event. All right, thank you, ValleyFlyin. Do you have video requests? This would be for a new and long-time players that have forgotten. Also be super detailed, tedious, and difficult, as many of us do this by muscle memory at this point. Explain your daily playing, basically. What you do, why do you do it, and do the payoffs, dailies. How much gold we earn, milestones, energy uses, and raids. And how many cores do we get in a day, and how do you suggest using them? I wrote this out on our Discord, the hard light event, and what to do to complete it. Several Alliance members couldn't fathom burning 250 to 300 cores per day. So I figured if these few were confused, there's probably at least about 10,000 players that don't get it. Thanks in advance. I totally get it if you're like, nope, not doing that. Just a random thought. And thanks, you're the best at explaining stuff without being mean and arrogant. I'm trying my best. All right, so I think this would make a good full video. I do want to work on a new player guide. The last one we made was from 2022. So I would like to make a newer player guide for 2023. But let's talk about what I do on a daily basis. So as far as the power cores and gold, all right, if we go into the game here, I noticed that and this is an exact amount, but I noticed that if I spend about 2 million to 3 million gold or so, not passing that, my supply of gold orbs increases. If I surpass that, like I have today, and went over 3 million, I noticed that eventually I will have to start dipping into my gold orbs. So I'm guessing just as a longer time player, 2 to 3 million is the gold that we're getting on a daily basis, plus whatever you're getting for those gold orbs if you're farming those and what we get for the events. As far as power cores, let's go take a look at some calculations because I did some calculations earlier on this. And it seems like on a daily basis, minus your arena rewards, which I think is the biggest source of power cores, you're getting about 125 cores per day. So from golden opportunity, the milestones, assuming you're spending at least 1.5 million gold per day, that is 50 cores you're getting per day. Now, as far as the Save the World milestones, there are milestones that either get 50 or 75 cores over the course of 2 days. Now, for that, you would need to spend some of your cores to get more energy. You would need to spend extra energy, but 50 core refreshes should get you about 25 cores per day from these 2-day-long Save the World milestones. As you can see in game, there's 2 different versions of these Save the World milestones. The 2-day one will get you about 25 cores per day, possibly more if you are spending more. And then your daily objectives, you're getting 10 cores from doing 10 campaign missions, 10 cores for doing 2 challenges, 5 cores from doing 2 blitz battles. And most of these, if you have that login streak, you're just getting these on a daily basis. And if you do all of your daily objectives, that's 25 cores per day, which means from your daily objectives, you do all of those, that is 50 cores per day. And we mentioned these arena rewards briefly. And if you are in the top 50, you're getting 200 cores per day. Outside of that, you're getting a little less. Inside of that, you're getting even more. And what do I do with them on a daily basis? Well, when we have an event going on like this Light Warrior event right now, I'm spending all my 50 core refreshes. If there are some milestones associated with it, like we have for this Light Warriors milestone, open those event orbs, I will spend a little more. Currently for this event, for this Hala event right now, because I do want to get some of these Gear 18 mutant pieces inside these 1 to 2% rewards, I will spend a little more. So currently, because it is a character that I will be using in arena, I want to get as many event orbs as possible to get more shards. Plus, I want these rank rewards. I will spend the hundreds on those, but normally I'm spending my cores on energy refreshes. And if there is an event that's based on ISO 8 energy spending, I might spend it on this, but usually I'm saving my cores. I might do the 50 core refreshes per day. I definitely am going to do that if it's an energy spending event, but that is normally what I do. Now, as far as arena, I try to get in all 5 of my arena attacks. Sometimes I get busy and I forget. Usually if I get my all 5 attacks, I'm inside the top 20. If I forget them, and sometimes they even fall outside of the top 50, but arena attacks very important. The rage, just making sure that we're hitting our alliance milestones with this. We're trying to get 60% every day on these incursion raids and 100% on these Greek raids every single day. If we have a war going on, I'll hit my war attacks. Our alliance is 10 minimum, so I'll try to get those. Crucible, I'll do all my attacks there. Blitz. Now, normally with these orb blitzes that we get on Sundays, I'll try to score a little bit more on these. We all need more red stars. We would all need more premium orbs because there you could get some character shards. So I try to blitz a little bit on these. Normally, I don't blitz at all unless there's a blitz event going on. And that seems to be it as far as my daily. Obviously, I do my challenges. Obviously, I try to get all my daily objectives. So all in all, about 300 to 350 power cores per day that you're getting. And obviously, if there's a calendar going, you could be getting more than that. The gold range is about 2 to 3 million per day, just based on what I see for my gold orb reserves. You know, obviously we're getting gold in a lot of different places, so it's kind of hard to figure out the exact amount, but that's 2 to 3 million in there. And that is how I use my energy refresh, as I normally don't spend too many power cores. Once in a while, if I see this number right now, it's about 1,700. If I see that number go above 300 and it is a good character, I will buy some of these character orbs here, like or a Ghost Rider, or when we had one for Miss Marvel. If it's a character that I think I'm going to be needing, like one for Arena, then I will spend those on those orbs. But if it's not like a war defense character, probably not opening any of these orbs. But that is what I do on a daily basis. And I hope this helps in calculating events and figure out what to do on a daily basis to min-max this game. Alpha, beta difficulties, I guess they just disappeared in the abyss. It's been 6 months since Gamma got more difficulties. I know, what the heck, Scopely? Why would you drop Gamma without dropping the rest? I like that Gamma got a little more difficult. We got more rewards. But come on, the easiest race, the beta and the alpha. Let's go. It's been a while. Hopefully we're getting some information on this soon. I know the envoys ask about this in Envoy chat all the time, so hopefully we get more information on this very soon. And hopefully we get these and more rewards soon. Just saw an interesting video by Duarte titled, "Forget about Black Cat Secret Defenders." He was using Big Boy Apocalypse, Red Hulk, Kang, MILF, and Big Time Spider-Man. Is this something you might try? My Big Time Spider-Man is nowhere near arena ready. Now, you asked if this is something I might try, and I guess down the road. Now, will this work? It looks like it might work, but is it something I want to try? Probably not. I'm going to wait until there's more evidence of this. I did want to try this out on the test server, but unfortunately, when we had all these characters on the test server, I did not even think of Big Time Spider-Man. And now that this theory crafting is out, they're not available on the test server. So I would like to try this live because, of course, there is a difference on how things work on paper and how things work in the game. So we'll have to test it in game, but it is very interesting in looking at this ultimate for Big Time Spider-Man. The big thing that might make this work is attacking all enemies, 300% damage, flipping all positive effects to negative effects on the primary target, applying Disruptive for 2 turns, gaining 2 evades. This could be a very, very tricky move, especially if you're bringing Apocalypse onto your team, because as you can see with this Apocalypse passive here, at the start of any match, enemy characters cannot spawn with Safeguard, which means that this might flip everything, especially if you have a high enough focus. But I don't want to build Big Time Spider-Man. I would need to see a lot of evidence this working on the real server before I build this. And as to answer your question, yeah, I might try it down the road, but yeah, I'm not building Big Time Spider-Man until I see some very solid evidence on the real server that this actually works. But yeah, theory crafting wise on paper, I think this actually might work. All right, I have a silly question. Why do I rush on gold promos? I want to wait till I get to 7 stars without spending money, and then I get impatient and spend gold promos on a 6 red star too. And I wonder my issue is, I'm not sure you're doing it wrong. You know, it is nice to have a 7 red star character. Unfortunately, a lot of the best characters in game right now take dark promo credits and not these gold promos. So it's not like you're missing out on some of the best characters in the game when you do that. But yeah, I think you're gonna get more bang for your buck in getting 3 characters up to 6 red stars and 2 characters up to 7 red stars. Now, that is in a vacuum, and there may be characters that are worth bringing up the 7 red stars. I bought that 7th red star in Weaver back when she was a thing. There's other characters that I bought that 7th red star on, but for the most part, in general, I'd rather have 3 characters at 6 red stars than 2 characters at 3 red stars. So I don't know if you're doing it wrong. Don't kick yourself in the butt when you do that, but it is a resource management game. You need to manage your resources if you want to hit these targets there. Hey, ValleyFlyin, been watching for a year, years at this point. Hard to believe. I know. Thank you, my brother, for all his support. Anyway, was wondering if you noticed and wanted to get your thoughts on the shrinkflation of the Miss Marvel campaign. Previously, all heroic nodes were 700 event orb fragments daily. Now they've reduced that to the cost of 400 orb fragments daily if farming all nodes. Over the course of the event, that amounts to 2 event orbs, but not a lot really. But the bigger issue is the usual Scopely BS of lulling the community to sleep as they take things away and not expecting it to notice or raise a fuss about it. So this was not something I noticed. I went in and looked at the numbers here. Here's the campaign here. And usually if I'm able to get through all of these nodes here and I get 2 event orbs, I'm usually happy. I'm trying to get 2 event orbs per day. And if we look at some of these calculations here, if we look at some of these nodes right here, if we multiplying this by 10, this will be that 700 that you're talking about. Same with this node. This node's going to be a little bit more, and then we see it reduce. So we see it reduce from 160 per 5 attempts down to this next node at 130 per 5 attempts. and we're going for 120 at 5 attempts. And then for these normal nodes, that is 70 times 10 of these attempts. That is 700. These go down 65 times 10 attempts. That goes for 650, and it goes down even more to 600. So I wouldn't say it's getting as bad as that 450. Maybe I'm calculating something wrong there. But yeah, it looks like they are reducing some things. Now, what they are doing to make up for that, they're giving us these milestone rewards, which of course doesn't give these character shards. They are reducing the character shards we're getting for this actual event, but we're getting more rewards in the milestones, because with these previously event campaign missions, we didn't get any milestones with it. But they're also reducing these character shards and giving us more later in future events. So what the next team should be these new Avengers. In these new Avengers campaigns, there probably will be some secret defender shards there. They've been doing that for the past year, so I like the old method, just getting all those character shards initially and then making those characters farmable. They've switched it, so as a free-to-play player, you're still getting probably the same amount of shards before they go farmable. It's just taking a longer time. So it does feel bad, but I don't know if it's a huge concern at this point. Again, I'm not looking at every single event campaign mission, but as long as I'm getting about 2 per run of that full hard missions, that's about average, and it's been about there on a daily basis. I have another question. Is Morgan Le Fay useful in Dark Dimension 6? Not just because I got her to gear 18. Yes, she is going to be useful. She's a great character outside of Dark Dimension 6. In Dark Dimension 6. Now, is she necessary in Dark Dimension 6? Well, if we look at how it's laid out, the section that you would use her, the only section that you could use her, legendary or apocalypse. But of course, we have these non-legendary horsemen. So if you wanted to use the least amount of resources there, you can use the same exact characters for your non-legendary horsemen as your legendary or apocalypse. But she'll make this mode easier. She'll make it easier in the current arena before we have this full secret defender team. She'll make it easier in Cosmic Crucible and Wars. So I would say, yes, she's useful in that game mode. Needed, necessary, probably not, but yeah, she'll be useful and she'll make it a lot easier for you. Hey Valley, keep up the awesome work. I've maxed out my dark promos. Instead of losing some, waiting for Apox extras, who do you upgrade first? Who do you suggest? So Zombie, Iron Man, not him. 5 red stars, either Dr. Doom, Dormammu, Archangel, or Nova. I like all of these characters. If you have them at 4 red stars, all of them are worth an upgrade. Who would be the best character would be based on which game mode you need the most help in. But for me, based on my roster, if they were all at 4 red stars, I would probably go Archangel, then Dormammu, then Nova, and then Dr. Doom. But yeah, I would try to get all these characters to 5 red stars if you have the dark promo credits. Ultron at 5 going to 6, that is fine. You could leave him there. Rogue, I would have suggested Rogue a little while ago, maybe a few months ago, while she was still in the arena meta before we got the announcement of the secret defenders. But at this point, you could leave her at 5. I don't know if I would take her to 6. Add Morgan Le Fay to 7 and Red Hulk to 7. Both of those are good choices, but I would probably get some of these characters like Doom, Dormammu, Archangel, and Nova to 5 first before I got these characters to 7. And those are my thoughts. Hey, Valley, when is the next opportunity to recruit Zombie Iron Man free to play? I missed it by 9 shards last time. Really wanted to add him to my roster. And I know that when he came out last year, we saw some little things about Halloween. So I'm thinking that was for the next year. So for this upcoming 2023. So I'm thinking Halloween is when we're going to get some character shards for him. The good thing, he's not necessary for any game mode. Yes, he is fun in Cosmic Crucible, he is fun in War, but you could kind of get through it without that character. He's not necessary. He does make some of those modes a little more fun, but yeah, you're not missing out on too much is the good thing if you don't have him in your roster right now. And that's it for this week, Valley Club. Thank you for everybody that left a question on the mailbag. If you do want to leave a question for one of these future mailbag videos, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is down below, and go to the mailbag channel and leave your question there. We try our best to answer all of these questions every single week. Good luck with this Black Cat event. Good luck with this Alliance-wide event. Hopefully these changes make it easier for you and your Alliance. And I will see you guys next time. If you haven't already subscribed, though, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week. Usually there's a lot more tips, tricks, question and answer videos, news videos. And if you want to check out what are the best teams in Marvel Strike Force today, make sure you check out the video up there. I will see you guys next time. Hulk fist pump, ValleyFlyin out.